Country has a system of checks and balances and a separation of powers for good reason. And we all saw today a direct attack on the system.
Strong criticism from the Milwaukee County Executive after a local judge is charged with obstructing the arrest of an undocumented immigrant. FBI Director Kash Patel saying that Judge Hannah Dugan intentionally misdirected federal agents away from a subject to be arrested in her courthouse. That subject, Eduardo Flores Ruiz, was in court last Friday. Agents claim when they walked in with an administrative warrant for Ruiz's arrest, Judge Dugan directed Ruiz to leave via a private courtroom back door. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi posted on X this morning confirming Judge Dugan's arrest, saying, quote, "No one is above the law," end quote. And Governor Tony Evers is releasing a statement too, saying in part, quote, "I have a deep respect for the rule of law, our nation's judiciary, the importance of judges making decisions impartially without fear or favor, and the efforts of law enforcement to hold people accountable if they commit a crime," end quote.